All right, everybody, here we go. Update. It is Tuesday, February 19th. Yesterday was a holiday here in the U.S., but I did send out the new issue of MMT Trader. If you'd like to get a copy of that, go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com, and sign up for a 30-day free trial. Remember, the subscription price is going up next month to $250 a month. You could still lock in a $195 per month rate. And it's cheap even at $250. It should be $1,200 a month. Now, I will repeat this. I am the only person who has put together, has formulated an applied approach to MMT. Now, MMT is blowing up in the news everywhere now. I've been involved in MMT for 18 years. 10 years ago, you may see some of these MMT economists on TV now being interviewed. I was doing that 10 years ago, okay? I was a pioneer in this. The ones who are out there now have climbed up on the shoulders of people like myself. I was out there when I was working at Fox News and Fox Business. I was on RT. I was on CNN FN when they had that. I was on CNBC. I was out there 10 years ago. And earlier than that, really. If you really want to go back, probably starting in 2003, which is when I started at Fox, I was on there talking about MMT concepts, and not just about theoretical concepts. I was talking about it as it applied to the economy. I remember one time sitting on a panel at Fox News with Jack Welch, who was the former, but at that time he was the chairman of General Electric. Right? Big CEO. At the time, he was lauded as the greatest CEO of all time. And in 2003, the economy was coming out of a recession, but nobody saw it at the time. But I did. Because of the work I do with MMT, because of the fiscal flows that only I uniquely have a handle on. And I remember sitting on that panel, Neil Cavuto was the host, and Jack Welch, oh, it's terrible, the economy looks horrible, and I was like, no, it's not the case. We are pulling out of the recession, it is going to grow, we're going higher, and exactly what happened. Now, it should be very, very clear to you, to many of you, if you've been paying attention, that my forecasts have been absolutely correct. Yes, there have been times when the zombies and market participants in their high states of emotion and panic, or otherwise their lack of understanding, their lack of a correct understanding of the monetary system has caused counter-trend movements to the primary movements that I've been talking about. But all the things that I've been talking about, including the most recent, which was the big stock market decline in October through December of last year, where I was saying, you got to buy this. It's irrational. There was nothing indicative in the fiscal flows, in bank credit. Go back and watch my videos from that period, and you'll see. Listen to what I was saying at the time. Now, this was not a guess. Everybody else is guessing. All right, because they're looking at data that's 30 days old or a quarter old, and they're trying to extrapolate. It has nothing to do with that. In this business, there's two things you have to concern yourself with. Number one is to be forward-looking at all times. And you got to know how to do that. And that is a function of policy. And from policy, that trickles down into actual fiscal forces that impact the economy, and then from there actual credit-based forces that impact the economy, trade forces that impact the economy. So you have to be aware of those things, but it all begins at the top with policy, and they all have it wrong. Now, MMT now, because it is bursting out into the mainstream, is starting to educate more people as to the erroneous understanding that is pervasive in mainstream economics. But that doesn't mean they know how to translate that into application, an applied approach, using it to make money in the markets. That's the first thing. As I said, you have to have a correct understanding. But number two, and this is probably the most important thing, if you want to concern yourself with being a successful trader or investor, it is the mental game aspect. Now, I've said this so many times. I could take darts and throw darts at a dartboard and make money. You can't. Some of my subscribers, some of the people who have been with me for a while, they probably can. I definitely can. It's not about the system. Yes, it's fantastic that we, myself and my subscribers, have better information and superior understanding. Yes, that's important, that is helpful, but it's not enough. You have to have the mental game. And that comes with coaching. Why from me? Because I've been through the whole thing. I sabotaged myself over the course of my career millions of times until I understood that the problem, we have so many people here like, they'll sign up, they're all excited, then they quit. They're on the endless search for the system fairy. I've spoken about that so many times. The system fairy does not exist. Hello, people, wake up. And we have people, and I see it in the comments, who constantly want to misdirect back onto me. They want to project their failures and their inadequacies and their unwillingness to look inside themselves for the true answer of where success comes from. But instead, they want to put the blame or the responsibility on somebody else. Now, those people are never going to get to where they want to go. That's classic. That's classic. It's a sign of immaturity. It's a sign of lack of discipline, inability to look at yourself objectively. It's a sign of ego, the me syndrome. All right? That you are perfect and you are this, wonderful snowflake, and the problem lies with everybody else or whoever is giving you advice or whatever system you're using. It's pretty funny, actually. It really is, because I sit around here and I watch people blow up all the time. And then they're pointing the finger, that MMT, it's no good for trading. It might be good conceptually or whatever. So I could take any system and make money on it because I got the mental game. How do you get the mental game? That's training. That's training. But more importantly, and I won't even say it's the ability to handle adversity, but it is the desire. All right? The desire to say to yourself, the commitment that I will go through with this. No matter what it takes, I will push myself and go through with this, and I will understand that it is never going to be easy. There's never going to be an easy moment. The easiest trade is the last trade you just closed out with a profit. And that, to get there, was damn hard. And it's always going to be that way. And if you're living in some fantasy world where you think there's another way to get there, well, good luck to you. Because I'm telling you right now, there is not. So, folks, it's all going great. Remember, my subscription rate goes up to $250 a month next month. You can go to my website right now and lock in your rate at $195. Go to pitbulleconomics.com. And I'll say it once again for the umpteenth time. I am the only one out there who has an applied approach to MMT. You got MMT blowing up all over the news now. People talking about it everywhere. I am the only one who has put together and applied using the concepts of MMT to make money in the markets. To never lose. Do you understand what I just said? To never lose. When you have the correct information and you have the mental game, that's how it plays out. All right, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.